Hello and welcome to the new Tableau LOD video, and in this LOD video I want to make you aware about the include LOD, right? So include LOD or all the LODs I have covered earlier also, but this is more like a refresher, and the previous video link is also present down below. So here I'm having some more examples or new example, and in the end you will going to get the exercise so that you can practice your include LOD skills. So what do we have is basically, first of all, let me show you the scenario. So think about a scenario where you have, let's say, one dimension called segment, and you have, let's say, sales, right? Very simple and straightforward. Now, for example, you bring one more dimension. Somebody asks you that, yeah, you need, let's say, segment sales by region, for example, right? So now you have these regions. And now these regions, right, will going to have subtotals just so that you can get consumer level total, corporate and home office. So let me tell you about this by going into the analysis, total, and add all subtotal, which will give you these total, which is nothing but the sum. So right now if you see, you have the value for central, east, south, west, and then the total. Same for corporate, same for home office, right? So now this is straightforward. So total can be the total over here, or it can be an average as well. So let me show you, for example, in analysis, totals, all total using average, right? So still all your values are the sum of sales, but only the total is average in this case. So what I'm trying to basically tell you is, say for example, you have a scenario, the same scenario where you have segment and you have sales. This is what I started, right? But then you want to add the average regional sales. So this is what it is the regional sales, and finally total is having the average. So if you have the scenario where region is not the dimension over here, but you still want to get average of the region, then you need to bring that particular dimension. That is one way what we have done it over here. Or you have to use the LOD if you don't want to bring the dimension, but you still want to get the average of regional sales, and that is called include the dimension. That means you are including a dimension as a measure over here, even though it is not part of it. So how to do that is very simple. Go over here, create calculated field, and then say average regional sales, and over here now you will going to start with the two curly brackets, which is the syntax for the include dimension. Now over here you will say include, right? Because you want to include what? Region, right? So you can bring it over here, include region, colon, after colon you have the you have to end. So what you need is, if you see up over here, you need the sum of sales, right? And then the average. So over here I will going to get the sum of sales, right? Once we have sum of the sales by region, then we want to take the average, right? You can take average over here, or you can take average in the front end as well. But for now, I will just put it over here so I have more control over the calculation. So I'll click OK. Average regional sales is here. So just remember 290,350 is the average region sales for consumer, 290,350. So over here, let's bring this text and bring it properly like table. 290,350. If you remember, consumer 290,350, corporate is 176,537 as the average sales, average regional sales for corporate as a segment. So 176,537, 176,537, right? And then finally the home office 107,413. 107,413 as the average regional sales. So you can see that how powerful it is. You don't have to create a view like this, but still you are able to get the average regional sales and the actual sales by the segment. That means within segment view, you actually has the average regional sales. So that is the magic or the benefit of using the include dimension for those tricky scenario where, let's say, your leadership or your management team is saying that they just want to see the segment, but they want to see the average regional sales over here. Maybe by product some information they want to see it. even though dimension is not present, you still be able to bring all of those values for related to those dimensions in this table, right? So that is something which I wanted to show you as to include. Now I am pretty hopeful that and pretty clear that you are having a good idea about what include dimension is. Now it's time to give you 2 practice questions. Okay, so here are the questions. First is, you need to create a table to show the product category sales and show the average segment sales over there, right? So first is, you show the product category sale and then show the average segment sales without including the segment as a dimension. That is the question number 1. The question number 2 is, compare the top 5 average state sales with the average city sales in those states without bringing the city dimension. So if you see, in both the cases what we are doing, we are basically trying to have some sort of a comparison with the another dimension. So you need to practice this and get the answer. If you don't have this data, well, then in that case, based on the link which I have given to join my group, you will basically join the group and come to this particular link, which is datasets folder. Within that you have, I am basically now maintaining all the dataset under this datasets sheet, because my datasets are present all across my different drives, and sample superstore dataset is what I have connected over here, which is having this values, right? So with that, thank you so much. I hope you are now clear. I will see your result, and let me know if you find any issue or problems creating these. With that, take care. Bye.